What does this leadership change mean for HP's strategy? Does it signify a change in the strategy, or, Meg, are you still going to pursue the software transformation approach that's been underway for the past year?
So it does not signal a change in the strategy. We are behind the actions that were taken on August 18th. We are firmly committed to autonomy. I'm very excited about autonomy. This gives us a chance for a leadership position in unstructured data. We are going to continue to evaluate the spin-off of PSG. And we are going to continue to be, a hardware company. I mean, the bulk of the revenues at HP is in hardware. We're deeply committed to that business, but of course, we want to continue to build the future for HP.
You're going to continue to be a hardware company and reevaluate. It sounds like you're taking a pretty serious look on keeping PCs inside the company.
It's completely consistent with what we said on August 18th. Is we're evaluating it. We're going to look at what is in the best interest of shareholders, what is in the best interest of customers, and we will make a decision. And we'll make a decision as fast as we possibly can, because I think we understand that uncertainty, doesn't help the business, doesn't help customers, doesn't help shareholders.
And I think it's really important, Aaron, to understand that the answer almost will come to us, in that if it's good for investors and it's good for customers, that's one answer. If it's not, that's a different answer. It's actually not going to be a very tough decision.
Would the WebOS piece of the announcement also be subject to review or reevaluation?
Well, as we said, we've looked at, and we're talking about WebOS or WebOS devices. I think there's some confusion.
I'm talking about let's talk about the devices for our purposes now.
So no, the devices, we've made that decision. That was a clear decision. No, we're not going back on that, not revisiting.
I don't want to spend too long on product stuff, but as far as WebOS on every PC, does that get evaluated, or is that pretty much dead as well?
WebOS, what we said with WebOS is we're looking at what the future of WebOS can be without our own devices. And so we're evaluating that and looking at different options for WebOS.
Okay.
That includes everything.
You said, Ray and Meg, you both made the point about acting quickly, decisively, doing what's in the best interest of shareholders. What are both of your messages to shareholders right now who are obviously really upset about the past 11 months?
Well, first thing is we have to improve the execution capability of this company. We have to deliver on our promises. We have to do everything we can to live up to the commitments that we make externally. And we are going to, I'm going to refocus my efforts on the initiatives that are underway. I'm going to build on the knowledge that I have of this company. I'm going to get to know the people very well, and we're going to go at this 100% with, in the interest of investors, customers, shareholders, and employees.
What about? I've made numerous phone calls, obviously, over the past day and a half. What about the common critique that it says in the press release? I mean, it came through loud and clear. Your communication skills, and obviously that's drawing a contrast to your predecessor. In addition to that, what do you feel you bring, and what about the criticism that's out there that you may not be suited to run a large enterprise computing company?
Yeah. So I bring to this, Aaron, 30 years of executive experience. My strengths are strategic, execution, capabilities, leadership, management. And I have run a large company, not as obviously as large as HP, but I have run a very large company. And I think one thing, while I don't have years of experience in the enterprise business, I bought a lot of software. I was one of the largest enterprise customers in Silicon Valley. And so I think I bring a unique customer perspective to this. And one of the reasons that Ray Lane is executive chairman is, I think, 1 + 1 = 3 here. You get a very committed, very experienced CEO with a lot of enterprise experience in this industry for many years. I mean, Ray, maybe you want to talk about that a little bit.
So I think, I've watched Meg over the years. I met Meg 15 years ago, and I've admired her leadership skills for that whole period of time. She is a strong leader, and that's what the company needs. It is, each of these businesses are $25 to $30 billion businesses that have good operating executives sitting over them. And she adds to that experience as a leader that can bring them together into a team to basically, go to market as HP. I think the market's a little confused on that because we're in so many different businesses. So this is 90% about leadership, communications, and operating execution. She's got all three of those.
I need both of your views on the board. Two-part question. Ray, tell me a little bit about the promotion. Essentially, it looks like you're taking to exec chairman. What does that mean for your powers and day-to-day at HP? And Meg, I want your view on the board as well, and this criticism that keeps coming up that HP sets up its top leaders to fail.
Yeah. Well, let me start, and then I'll turn it over to Ray. Listen, the board at HP, which I think gets lost often in communication, is the board at HP is half new as of January of this year when Ray came on as chairman. So this is a different board than, over the last 10 years. And I have to say I've served on the board for 8 months now. This is a high-quality group of people who are thoughtful and very experienced. And, I think this is a board that I can work with, that has the very best interest of HP at heart, and we're going to demonstrate that to the market. So I'm excited about it.
Well, I think, Aaron, you can help a lot here explain that this is not last year's board or 5 years ago. I mean, this board had nothing to do with all the stuff that people love to write about this board. It is a board that is actually more than half. If you include Leo, it was 8 people that were new since January. Don't include Leo, it's 7. And they take accountability. The board takes accountability for everything we've done this year, and I think we have taken the right actions. Autonomy and Vertica set us up as a leader, one of the leaders in unstructured information, which is 85% of the world's information. No one else has that technology. Autonomy was unique in doing that. So we take responsibility for that, as well as the responsibility for change of CEO. Right now, this board was very, very careful in serious consideration of the decisions we just took.
When did this process get set in motion? How long has this have the wheels been turning on this?
I think it's not right to talk about the exact time frames, but it's been 6 to 8 weeks. I guess I just did talk about time frames, but it's not something that just happened yesterday because some event or something like that. It's been we looked at those things I mentioned that Meg is really strong with operating execution, focus on the operating results of the business, communications to the outside world, making it clear and concise why we've taken certain actions, and then working with this executive committee to lead the business forward.